You're listening to the Claret and Big Blue podcast on the Pass the Gravy Podcast Network.
Damn, Daniel.
And here we go.
Here we are live. We'll do it live. Welcome everyone to Claret Big Blue, probably the only podcast on the internet dedicated to West Ham United and the New York Giants. That's right. Football and football. Balls. I'm Mike Pearson. I am joined, as always, for the first time in 4 weeks, Mr. Alex Middleton. Alex, how you doing, Mike?
I'm doing good. It's been 4 weeks.
It has. I have aged an entire year.
You're off in Greece, not in Greek. They speak Greek there. You were in Greece.
Yamas.
Nailed it.
Opa.
Mamma mia.
This is a spicy tzatziki.
Did you see any fat weddings? Big fat weddings?
Didn't, but what I did do is the moment we got home, it was like around about 11:30 at night. We was pretty tired. Just put our shit down, showered, got into bed, and then just so we were still in vacation mode, we did my big fat Greek wedding too. Didn't quite give the, but you know, it was Greece. Highly recommend, 5 stars, I guess. But Athens is all right. It's pretty cool. Spend a couple of days in Athens, but then go island hopping. I was
Did you meet any Stavropavoses or Papadopoulos?
I never actually asked any of the people I met their surnames. Maybe I was a bad friend. I don't know. But it's cheap. So cheap. Because like for us, I guess. For the Greeks, apparently not so much. But I remember one time I went to like a little corner store to get some hotel beers, and I bought 3 tall boys, 3 packets of cigarettes, and a can of Coke for the morning, because I like a can of Coke in the morning to help with my hangover. All that came to, $20.
That's not bad at all. That's not bad at all.
Especially in New York City, that would just cover one of those packets of cigarettes. It's ridiculous. But yeah. Any other questions? I mean, obviously this is West Ham Giants, so the majority of my Greece talk will be on Wafflebox tomorrow.
There you go.
Because I figure I'm gonna have because no one wants to hear on a podcast. Amazing. This was amazing. So I'm just going to say up front, it was great. I very much enjoyed my trip, but I am going to be talking about during the whole trip, I was like opening my notes app and I was like, that's weird. Mm-hmm. I was just writing it down. So I'm going to talk about all the weird shit that I saw. It's going to be fun.
That's cool. So that's a must listen to tomorrow on Wafflebox.
Check it out. What have you been up to in the past 4 weeks other than hosting your very own radio show in the mornings? I saw that. I saw you today. The Alex Middleton show.
It's Rod Ryan show with Alex Middleton and Tessa and Elliot and Chili.
How much pressure before we get into your 4 weeks? Because I know you've been up to stuff. You've been busy. How much when Rod isn't there and you get to step up and be sit in Daddy's chair? How is it kind of like, oh, exciting? I get to be the big boy today. Or is it kind of like, I better not fuck up, plus Radio Wizard's now sitting there in my chair. This is awkward.
I don't know. I kind of just, who's Elliot? Elliot is the Radio Wizard. It's kind of nerve-wracking at first, just being like, this is a different spot, but like, like people actually listen to that show. So like you don't want to fuck it up. And then it is kind of exciting. But then like your boss coming in to be like, we're gonna make sure it's cool too. Like Elliot's awesome. I just say it's like, oh, that just adds one more factor to it. But I've done it long enough to where I should be able to step in and do that.
So is he like that? I guess I don't know how. Is he like the 94.5 the Buzz boss, or what is he? Is he the big boy?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a bit of pressure.
No, but he was fun. It was fun. It was a fun show.
What else have you been up to? I know 4 weeks. Any exciting news to report?
Not really with our teams. I mean, what are we? No, we got to win. We got the Cardinals win. We'll always have that. So we're 1-3 overall.
Oh, before we actually dive into the Giants, I actually have some right here, right? So you know me, I like to keep my ear close to the ground to get the scoops, get the good scoops for the show.
Right.
And quite honestly, shocked that I've heard no one speak this in the last couple of days. But rumor has it, Taylor Swift and Kelsey may be dating.
No way.
Yeah.
Shit, dude, that's crazy. Was she at a game or something?
She did. She attended.
Yeah.
I was so surprised they didn't show her on TV.
They didn't show it at all. I didn't see any of that. I would have thought that had been all over the place.
No, and it's really weird because I feel like I have no issue towards Taylor Swift, but since the last 48 hours, I am sick of that woman because it's all that's on. Is just because I was at a bar last night and there was like Sports Center or something on, and it was just videos looping of Taylor Swift. I was like, Jesus,
that's what the kids are talking about, dude.
Do you know who I feel? Because I heard on the Alex Middleton morning show on 94.5 The Buzz this morning that apparently Travis Kelce jerseys are like skyrocketed. All the kids are buying them now. Now, I don't wish bad things upon anyone. As far as I hope Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce grow old together, and one day they'll have the kids around the pool and be telling them stories about their world tours and the Super Bowls that they won. It's all going to be beautiful. However, if history has taught us anything, in a couple of years, maybe no sooner, there's going to be a lot of Taylor Swift fans who have spent hundreds of dollars on this jersey thinking, why the fuck did I buy this jersey?
Well, yeah, that's what I would say. Like the most of jerseys that have names on them turn into, like, as you get older, you're like, damn it, why did I buy a Sonoris Moss jersey? I really didn't need that. That didn't really do anything. Like, why would I do that? Why did I get a Gucci Onyewu USA jersey? Why was he the guy? I could have got Landon Donovan. Like, I don't know.
I know. Gucci. Shout out to the Swift do anything. So they didn't buy like the cheap replica one. They went full, match day quality. They got the full kit and caboodle. They went nuts, I reckon.
Well, they were all bedazzled.
So it's like
the pink
2
ones.
years maybe. There's gonna be a lot of Travis Kelce jerseys in thrift stores. So look out for them. If you are a big fan, save yourself some money. Wait a couple of years, thrift shop. Yeah.
There you go. Just hope the Chiefs don't change their jerseys, which they probably won't.
Oh, phone call. Football teams. Who's discussing this?
Your internet connection is not great right now, buddy.
Because if I
don't know if that's
can you
just
hear me?
On my end. I can hear you, but you're cutting in and out. Bobby or Alex O, is that is Mike cutting in and out a little bit, or is that on me? Because it could very well be on me.
Now he chooses not to join us. Come on, Bobby.
Now he chooses not to. But all right, no, you seem fine now.
It's weird because I checked my Wi-Fi speed. It's pretty good right now. But anyway, yeah, it's kind of bad. Am I blurry? Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Right now you're fine, but it's like sometimes you get like glitchy, and then like you cut it in and out. And I wasn't sure if that was on my end or not, but I like couldn't understand part of the last sentence you had just said at that point.
Anyway, let's move on swiftly.
There we go.
Do you want to talk about West Ham first, Giants first?
Let's just talk Giants. Let's get Giants out of the way right now. It was Thursday. I forgot about that, dude. That was so long ago.
Yeah, I kept because I know we're playing Monday night, and I just kept thinking it was like
it happened on Thursday.
Because I know we're playing Monday Night Football, so I was like, "Oh wait, are we playing?" I thought we was playing last night, but then because that Thursday just seemed so long ago.
It feels weird.
Oh,
it feels like you played Monday night when you played Thursday night on Sunday. It doesn't feel like that Thursday because I was like, "Fuck, I can't just enjoy a win. We got to play the 49ers tonight." But then Sunday rolls around, and I was like, "Did we play last Monday? Did we already play? Yeah, we did play Thursday, but that feels like Monday. Thursday feels like Sunday's Monday. And then Monday, like you just have the anxiety. Like this Sunday we'll have off, but we'll be like, fuck, that just means I'm going to have that feeling in my gut all day Monday, being like, I hope we don't lose. And like, it was nice to just have a Sunday where I'm like, I don't fucking give a shit what happens. And then the Cowboys lost on top of us. So I was just like, all right. I didn't come back against the Cardinals. Sorry.
They were bad teams. But I mean, obviously, what I was off for the majority of that time, so I was relying on because apparently Greeks aren't big into NFL, and it's very hard to find. You have to subscribe to DAZN apparently and watch them at 3:00 in the morning. Which
to Zoom,
DAZN, DAZN.
Bro, you should have just like hit me up and we could have FaceTimed. I don't know if that would have cost $1 billion. We could have FaceTimed or just done one of these, and I would have just turned it on my TV and you'd have watched that. We wouldn't have streamed it or anything, but that way you would have like had a feed, and then we could have fun commentary in between.
That would have been fun, and I would have been very drunk at 3:00 in the morning. So it would have been great.
When I worked in college at the radio station, I would drive back sometimes, like if there was a college football game I wanted to listen to, and I didn't have satellite radio or anything. But there were times like where it was like when I would get to a certain area from Houston to Huntsville where I was going to school, and the like radio cut out at a point if I was driving at night. But I knew if I called the station, and like it was the station I worked at, I'd be like, "Hey, will you just put me on hold?" And like they would have whatever the game was playing, and like I couldn't play it off my phone at that point. So I'd just be like, "Yeah, hey, I was just trying to listen to that game. Can you just put me on hold?" It'd be like whoever came to relieve me on my previous shift, and he'd be like, "Yeah, all right, whatever." And he just puts me on hold, hangs up the phone, goes back to his business, and like I just had my phone on speaker the rest of the drive home, and was like, "Fuck yeah, listen to a game." So that was my little like, I don't have satellite radio hack.
Life hack.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. I don't know what I'm doing. So we truck on through whatever. StreamYard hates me apparently today. I guess. Week 1 wasn't any. So forget that. Move on.
Oh, dude, no, we don't talk about week 1. Week 2 is fucking sick, but we'll never not remember week 2 because that was what we turned the season around.
Because I remember I managed to, because my brother-in-law was there with me, and he had some not illegal. We don't do illegal things, but he streamed on his phone. And I was watching it, and I think the Cowboys scored their first touchdown, and then the next thing I know, I'm waking up and it's the morning, and then I check the score. Oh, glad I didn't stay up for that. But week 2 was pretty good, I guess. Was it the greatest comeback in Giants history?
Did you consider turning week 2 off? Like, were you like you would have turned week 2 off? You didn't stick it through.
I did not even start it. I'll be honest.
Wow. I was about to turn week 2 off, but I was like, you know what? No, you have to sit through this and suffer because this is what you signed up for. And then it turned out to be a great decision, which very rarely happens in situations like that. But that was pretty sick. And I think that a lot of people forget that I cursed Kyler Murray because he was a dick to me at an XFL game several years ago. And I said, fuck you, Kyler Murray. I curse you and the Cardinals, and you're never going to win a Super Bowl. And so I put a curse on him and the Cardinals, and we saw the curse that I put on Kyler obviously affected the whole team because they were up 28-7 and they lost.
Hate to see.
They have themselves to blame. That's all I can say.
But I mean, yeah, obviously I was relying heavily on highlights while I was in that neck of the woods. But I kind of, I guess because again, we don't want to go game by game, and it's just going to take.
Yeah, we don't need to recap 2 weeks ago. But like,
in your mind, what happened? Like, how comes the team has pretty much only been playing for 2 quarters out of the first 12 this season? What's going on?
So what I pretty much got in that week 2 game specifically, and like I'm a big proponent of this plan. Like if I was a coach, I would probably do this more. And I actually feel like this is probably what Mike McDaniel of the Dolphins has done. So I think like one, be like the Dolphins because Dolphins can score 1 million points. That'd be sick. But I'm a big proponent of like the just go out and score fucking points mentality. And then also the, hey, stop them from scoring so many points mentality. And I think, if you look at the Dolphins, their start to this season pretty good by following that strategy. Giants are not so much trying to follow that strategy throughout, especially like the first 6 quarters of the season. It was like they were doing the opposite of that. And then it was like they got to halftime, like, oh, wait, you said score points and don't let them score. Got it. All right. And then they turned that on. And when they started doing that, that was pretty cool. And then against the 49ers, we want to move to week 3. Like, we just don't care because the 49ers are really good, and that's fine. They're just a better team. Dallas, better team statistically, especially in that game. I'll give you that.
But I would have hoped it would be a bit closer than that, though.
40-0 Dallas. Okay, you know what? I'll give you that one. All right, fair. But then we were the team that beat Arizona, and Dallas lost to Arizona. So if we beat the team that beat Dallas, then we would have beat Dallas if we replayed week 1 in week 3. So really, we beat Dallas. So we should be 2-1. That's how I'm spinning it in my head.
Yeah. I mean, we should apply it to the NFL. Goodell. You kind of get that switched over because that's that logic. Chris Rosa, Roots can develop downfield when Jones can't run play action and get rid of the ball in 2 seconds. Can Giants tackle, please? Yeah. A lot of our players that we were very excited about, like towards the back end of last season, just still haven't turned up yet. It's very frustrating.
I think that's like shout out to Chris from New York Giants Rush. I missed him on Wednesday. We usually hang out Mondays, excuse me, on New York Giants Rush. But great show if you want a little Giants fix on your Mondays. Chris,
what's there's Sean Marash from WFAN on?
They did have Sean Marash on last night. You go check them out. New York Giants Rush. Just search that right after you finish with this. But Chris is right. Like I really feel like there's a lot of the Jones haters have come out in full force, and I get that. Like Daniel Jones has made some questionable throws, but I also I feel like 2 of his 3 now that he's thrown, 2 of his 3 or 2 of his 4 have come off of wide receivers' hands, and I don't count those. I get it, they count, but it's like that's not Daniel's fault. And then there was one against the Cowboys where he was trying to make a play, and I'm not gonna fault my quarterback for trying to make a play when he had 1.7 seconds to throw the ball on average that entire game. So that's all right. You're down. you're down. Like when you have that long, you do that. Like I'm not going to fault my quarterback for running around the backfield trying to throw the ball to just hope that somebody catches it and makes a play. Like at that point, he was trying to make something happen. It didn't go well, and that it backfired. But like I don't think we fault Danny for that. Like if we were having amazing protection, he was just making bad reads. Like he's made some poor reads throughout the season. But I think that like that's what all quarterbacks do when you look at it. Like Patrick Mahomes makes bad reads at time, but like he's just got a lot of stuff that helps him cover it up. And also being Patrick Mahomes and being a freak helps too. But Daniel Jones, I don't think has played awful. He made some poor plays against the 49ers, but he was getting murdered that entire time. He's one of we're the top 5 in sacks, like most sacks. Like sacked team. I mean, this year we didn't have a sack until week 3. Against the 49ers and the Cowboys, arguably, like you could say they're the 2 best defenses in the NFL. So we got those out of the way. We'll just chalk it up to that. Got them out of the way. Seahawks, they are looking pretty good. So that's kind of making me nervous. But this we've had a little bit of rest. A little bit of rest. So maybe we use like the mini bye week, and I think they turned things around, man. I don't know. I'm not going to give up on this team. I think that they're like too much that went into last year is still a part of this team, and I think that they built too much for this. To like, we're not there Super Bowl caliber yet, but we're there where we should be in the conversation for a wild card at the end of this season. And Chris is right, -5 in the turnover battle. Not great. Not being able to force any of that. That's not going to help you at all. And I think that a lot of times, like everybody looks at how the thanks, Chris. Everybody looks at how they started hot last year and how things went well last year, but they're like, sure, they just got lucky. They were this and this in 1-score games. And they said the same with the Vikings. The Vikings are 0-3. The Giants are 1-2. Maybe there is a little bit of something to that. Like you can't have the turnover luck go your way 100% of the time. And that's probably going to regress at a certain point. Maybe that's a little bit what this is, but I don't think this team is like, there was that promise we felt at the end of that first Joe Judge season. I felt like that was fool's gold. We bid on that. I don't think that Dable and them are fool's gold. I think that we're having a rough start to the season. I'm still not convinced that the 3-week preseason is like not bad or that players aren't not used to it. Like I feel like you look at the Bengals. The Bengals struggled the first couple of weeks. You had a little bit of injury going into that with Joe Burrow and stuff like that. But I think that a lot of teams like don't figure out their rhythm until like a couple of weeks into the season like that. And if you look at last year, I think it was either last year or the year before, the 49ers, maybe it was the year the Rams won, but I think that the 49ers, like week 2, lost to the Bears, and the Bears were fucking awful. Maybe it was last year, but the 49ers lost to the Bears like in one of the first couple of weeks of the season. It was a rainy game. And like, when you look back at those, like I always love looking back at a team schedule, be like, what, you fucking lost to the Titans week 2? Like, what the fuck? And it's just like some ass team. Like somebody's going to lose to the Panthers. And we're going to look back and be like, wait, the Dolphins lost a game to the Panthers this year? And you're just like, yeah, they had an off day. But like sometimes those early season games, just if you don't have everything right, if there's some stuff shifting around, I'm not trying to fault the Cowboys or the 49ers. Fuck the Cowboys. But like, I think they're a good team, minus some positions there. But like, yeah, they were a dominant defense. The 49ers are a dominant defense, and we lost to 2 dominant defenses. We fucked up against the Cardinals. We were able to correct that. You can't do that every game, but the Giants just can't fall into holes. Like that's what they've been doing this season, and that fucks them over. And you can't hope that you're going to play the Cardinals every single week. You can't hope that, because if you fall into a hole against the Seahawks, I think you lose again. Like we're not a team that's built like we are. You would think we have those speed receivers, and I feel like I'm just rambling, but we have those speed receivers that we went out and got this offseason. And I feel like that's where we should be able to compete. We should be able to go back and forth and go down the field. And it's just like, we haven't got there yet. I do think that like Paris Campbell, I get people are giving up on him. Don't. He's fast. He's awesome. If they're fast, like I'm a sucker for anybody that's fast. If you're fast, like just sign him up. Go look at fucking Tyreek Hill. I get Tyreek Hill's not just fast. He's a great receiver, but like Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, what's Aiken, the other guy that they just got, is he the running back there too now? Like, just those guys are just fast. If you have a bunch of fast guys, you beat a lot of teams. A lot of teams that are not as fast as you will not be able to beat your fast guys. Get fast guys. And I think we went out, we got Jalen Hyatt, and you can only get so many a year. Next season, just be like, I don't know if you just go fastest 40s, just put them all out there. Be fast. Do fast things. Because if everybody's fast, You know, you're never like that guy's too fast.
Can you ever be too fast?
I don't think you can.
Unless you just Forrest Gump it and just run through the end
But still,
zone.
you
and
scored
like,
already.
well, where are you going? I guess that is true.
You've already scored. You've accomplished the goal. But like, has anybody been like, yeah, dude, like so and so is really good. He's too fast. It's like you always like he's too fast for me. Like it's only in a negative connotation to like I could not catch that person because he was too fast.
Alex, is Barkley out for the season? No, I think I think he'll be back for next game.
3 more weeks. They're saying potentially.
Well, I've heard today it went from week day to day now. So there's rumors that he could be on the field next week on Monday.
I would be interested to see if he does, but I do feel like last week going into Thursday night, they're like Barkley may play. I don't know. He woke up today telling me he felt good, and Dable was like game time decision for Barkley in about an hour before the game. They're like he's not gonna play because really it was an hour before that, but he was just like he's not gonna play. But like you're gonna tell people that Barkley might play, so they have to prepare for Barkley.
And
Matt Breida, honestly. I don't know what his stats were. You continue what you were saying. I'm sorry. I'll take my point.
I was gonna say, I hate that saying when people because when you're in a position, especially like a running back, and you're a player such as Saquon Barkley who has had a lot of injuries, if it's a game time decision, I don't like that. Just rest him. No offense, but we want to rock him again. So just leave it. Just leave it.
Breida, 4 carries, 17 yards, average 4.3 a carry. Like really, again, this is a situation of like, I don't know how you can look at these stats and like actually get a real read off of anybody because the 49ers defense was just like destroying us. So like they didn't hand the ball off very much. So how are you going to judge him off of 4 carries? Those 4 carries, 4.3 yards a carry. Not awful. Not awful.
But how do you think? Do you think week 4 things start clicking? Do you think Seahawks? Because Seahawks are looking good this year, but they are 2-1. I mean, who have they had? They lost to the Rams. Jesus Christ.
Beat the Lions, but that was week 1. They lost the Rams, so maybe they were going through the same thing we are. So we really need this win on Monday night because then we got Dolphins the following week, so that's not looking great. We had the Bills the week after that, also not looking great. God damn it, that's another Sunday night game. So we go Sunday night, 3:00 game, Thursday night, Monday night, noon, Sunday night, noon, 3. Okay, but like what? Like we have so many primetime games to start, and we always fuck ourselves in primetime games. I hate it. I hate it. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to have to know you're gonna watch your team fucking just get embarrassed or lose, and then people talk shit. Like that Washington game last year, it felt so good just because we finally got a win on a primetime game. We're like, cool. Now I can chalk that up as a win. But I don't know. It's been painful, and it's making me worried about Monday. But I don't know. I feel like I believe in this team still. I still believe in this team, and I think that even if we lose this, like. I don't know. I'm not going to give up on this team yet. We can't lose to Washington. Washington will be a real big fucking tell.
And the Jets, they're going to be an easy game.
But they got a defense, and the defense is just going to do with the Cowboys and 49ers.
Yeah, but they have
Zach Wilson as
quarterback. So
we could beat the Raiders.
Well, we always do.
4 wins. Maybe if we beat the Seahawks, that's 5 wins. Got Cowboys, probably a loss. Commanders. We split with them, maybe.
Well, according to Bobby Thunderwaffles, the NFL script says we're going to beat the Cowboys in Dallas, so that's good. So chalk that one up.
Saints, Eagles. Yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Tough road to the playoffs, if I'm looking at it and being honest.
Was there a Manning cast this week? I don't know if I can watch that.
Oh, I bet there is because they've had just the double headers of the 2 games at a time. Which is weird. Don't have double headers for me. Like, don't. Not they didn't call it a doubleheader, but don't have 2 games. Don't be like, we got 2 games tonight and then them go together. Like, give me an early game and then give me a late game.
Well, yeah, because I mean, they did that.
That's my beef.
Twice. They did that once or twice last year, didn't they? They did like a normal time and then a West
They usually
Coast
do it the
game.
opening Monday. But they did it. They did week 2 and week 3 this time.
But there you go. How are you feeling about, because we've got a very, very, very late bye week this year. I don't know if that's good or not.
I like
in theory, it just keeps the momentum going.
You need it. You need it mentally. You need the bye week by that point. Sometimes you have the bye week too early. It's like what is it? Like there's 17 games, so like what week we got a bye week? I don't fucking
week
know.
13, I think.
Week 13? That's pretty late. It's pretty late. Yeah, like week 10 is ideal. Give me a week 9, week 10 bye week. And I'll be happy. I want slightly past halfway through the season because you're like, all right, we made it. We're over the hump.
My humps. My lady humps. Check it out. Yeah. Apologies. Yeah, because unfortunately, I'm more relying on the highlight and very distracted by my shitty Wi-Fi. It's really pissing me off. Anything else you kind of want to touch on with the Giants?
Just we'll get the win on Monday. Get the win on Monday. Nothing matters if we get the win on Monday. We're good.
And I might be, because it's Monday night and I usually record a Waffle Box on Monday, I might be recording during the game. And the only other time that I've recorded a Waffle Box during one of my team's game was when the Devils beat the Rangers in the playoffs. So that might bring us luck.
There you go. I like that.
Although if it doesn't go so well, that week's Waffle Box will be very depressing and stressful. Hammer time. I guess West Ham. What are we? Because I was looking, because apparently we haven't done a show since August 29th. Did we not talk about the Luton game? For some reason, I feel like we did. Have I not spoken to you about the Luton game?
We talked about how we were going to win against Luton and how we were massive. So obviously we're going to win. And then that was it. Because it happened and then we didn't do another podcast because then you left.
Yeah, because we was going to do one before I left, and then you doing adulting. He was adulting.
I was being an adult.
I mean, but from other than the Luton win, which was it was a win, but it was very frustrating. There's been very consistency, I think, against like the Man City and Liverpool, in that in one way, we played very well, and I think we deserved something from the game. But at the same point, we didn't. If that makes sense, like Liverpool, I thought we were. It was almost like reminded me of a couple of years ago when we would play really well, and then as soon as they score, it's kind of the whole team goes, "Oh, it's over." It's like, no, keep going, keep trying, and then no, it's over, and then it's like they score one, and they score another. And it's like, fuck's sake! It was very frustrating.
I didn't feel that honestly between either game. Like I get it, like the play just wasn't up to par, but I didn't. Also, was like, are they just good enough to like turn it on and do that? And like, to me, it felt like after that second goal, like when we'd go down, like when we would go down after that, like when we would finally give up the lead, not when we get the first one.
And he does that shit. I fucking hate that shit.
Yeah, it's like, oh, real original, dude.
Fuck off.
No one ever thought that.
But yeah,
I hate that. Damn it.
I just. What you
look, and then like I'm Holland. I steal goals. So that's all I do. I just poach. I just poach. Look at me, just hanging out. Oh, got it. So finally, it just took me to the third fucking goal to score because I can't score good enough against West Ham because they're too good. Like, how many shots they have? Man City had like 100 shots against us. Like, I don't fucking care. Ariel is a stud. And we went up, and no, they can't ever take those 20 minutes we were ahead of City at halftime. That's amazing.
They had 15 shots on target.
15 shots on target. Ridiculous.
Which is insane.
Ridiculous.
But yeah, Areola, fantastic. I'm very happy. I'm so glad. I know we were calling it for last year. He should be our Premier League goalkeeper. And I think he's definitely stepped up big time. Because even against Liverpool, he was doing the same thing. He was impressive. But yeah, the Liverpool game, because that was again with the games I was in Greece, I was relying more on highlights. So I don't feel like I'm going to give my best analysis. But the Liverpool game, it was frustrating because I thought in the first 15 minutes we could have been 2-0 up.
Absolutely no. That
it
was more the early mishaps that I felt like cost us as opposed to what we did later on. Because really, I thought we had some that third goal was shit. That third goal shouldn't have happened. But we should have had it could have been a 3-3 game, even if that does happen. It could have been a 3-3 game. We should have scored 2 other times in the first half.
But speaking of them, I want to talk about how the comment, because I don't know if anyone's listening to this or watching this from the UK, because we obviously I think we got the worldwide feed. We got a different feed, so different commentary. So if you're watching this in the UK, you got different commentators. But that woman, I can't remember her name. She pissing me off. It was the amount of times, there was a couple of times Liverpool were very close to the goal. It was Nunes did it, where he got the ball about 3 yards out and he kicked the ball wide. They fucked up several times, and they were like, "Oh, that's an unfortunate miss." And but then when we would miss, and it was West Ham with another wasted opportunity. It's like, fuck you. It's pissing me off.
Well, yeah, they know what they're doing. We know what they're doing. Fuck them.
But Jared Bowen.
Bowen is fucking. He's a stud. He's so good. But it's like him and Prowse had that same I'm just gonna lay it down and then do the header from the ground. That's awesome every single time you see it.
It was like they were playing a game. Like they had a bet who can score a header. But he could have kicked that. It was so low, but he was like, "No."
Didn't Stuchik score on the header on the other one too? In that other game, was it? No,
he scored. Yeah, he scored against Baka.
Yeah, no, yeah, okay. So they all kind of blended together. But yeah, I don't know, our team is tall, but it's we just rely so much on set pieces where it's I feel like we're gonna score every set piece, but then also it's we can't just rely on this. But it works.
Yeah, because I still had faith.
I miss Dawson. If Dawson was there, Dawson would have so many goals.
But when we was 2-1 down, I was just kind of like, don't worry. James Ward-Prowse hasn't scored or got an assist yet. It's going to be fine. We're fine.
He's going to score right now.
Relax. So yeah, he's finished.
We got Lincoln City coming up. So that's.
But no, before we move on to that, I was just going to say it's been 2 games, 2 losses. World's caving in. We've only got 2 losses in the season, and they're to Man City and Liverpool. So I'm still feeling good. Chucking along. Lincoln City. I know you're avid watcher of wherever the fuck they play. Where do they play?
League 2.
Is it League 2? Big League 2 fan. Who would you say are players to watch when it comes to Lincoln?
I mean, really, there's so many. You look at it. I mean, where to start? Let me just think about the squad. Well, I definitely don't look it up. I mean, first off, in the back of the net, Lucas Jensen, that guy is good. They're forward Gallagher and Makama. Gotta watch out for those guys. And then I really like this Recco Hackett Fairchild kid out of St. Lucia. I feel like he's really one of those guys that's on the come up. So I would definitely keep an eye on him. What about you? What's your assessment of Lincoln City?
Yeah, just totally nice. Apparently, according to Google, he scored a goal in their last game. Adela Kuhn looks dangerous, I think.
Yeah.
He's on him. He could be the next Jared Bowen coming up from the non-leagues. I think, from not non-leagues, the small leagues. But
no one can be him.
I think he's not on fire like Jared Bowen, but maybe he's sizzling. He's like on the grill.
Danny Dyers or
Danny Dyers.
And he's shagging.
That's really awkward.
No, he's shagging Danny Dyer.
Yeah, but then what's really awkward is that his father-in-law is also named Danny Dyer. So we have to It should be I. Can you say Danny Dyer with an I, not with a Y, because that's his dad.
Poets on fire, and it's Shaggy Danny Dyer. Poets on fire. I fucking love that one so much.
Yeah, I still have the video on my phone
every time you score.
From the semi-final win in the dressing room, where they were going, and you can see David Moyes with his like doing his granddad dance. Like, I'm part of the team too. Look at me. I was looking on my Facebook memories, and a couple of years ago when we was playing some League 2 team in this very cup competition, we won 8-0. So hopefully we'll repeat that.
We're going back, but we got a squad, dude. Our depth on our fucking our cup squads are gonna be pretty good. Mavropanos.
He's a beast.
If I don't see Mubama tomorrow, if we don't see Mubama, we riot. Is that fair to say? Don't you dare fucking start. Don't you dare start Ings. Not the Carabao Cup. The Carabao Cup. You start Mubama. Give Mubama give him his time. Kid's fucking not got any shine at all this season. Every time I see Ings, I fucking scream. I scream fucking put Mubama in.
Yeah, when is his new hair gonna grow in? Like, what the hell? His head
Ings? I don't know. I don't care. Get him off the fucking field. What does he do? Nothing. Pass. No. Hard pass. Mubama needs to be out there.
But
get a kid
yeah.
shot.
I'm hoping. I reckon we could see another couple of goals from Kudus. That'd be nice.
Dude, how good is he?
He's looking pretty good.
He's pretty fucking good. He's pretty fucking good.
Even when because it was really frustrating about let me pull up the because didn't he get taken off? No, he got brought on against Liverpool, I think in the same series of substitutes when Paqueta got taken off, if I'm correct.
I think he came on, yeah.
Maybe, I don't know, but I thought, I really want to see those two together. That'd be really fun. Because he was, again, not to go back and forth, but Jesus Christ, Lucas Paqueta against Liverpool, he was insane.
Yeah.
That one bit, I think he ended up getting fouled and we got a free kick. But there was like 3 men surrounding him and he like just nutmegs one of them, dances around, goes the other one, and then eventually they just push him over. But I was like, this guy is fucking good. And Newcastle want to try to get him for 52 million. They can fuck themselves.
You're right, dude. You're right. But yeah, okay. So like, who's our squad though? Because
it's gonna be Fabianski in goal. That's
obviously
for guarantee.
Obviously, Cresswell if he's healthy, right?
Yep.
Mavropanos.
Well, I think we just go to very similar to the Europa League squad, really, because you want to have Mavropanos,
but you want to like dip down a little bit more. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're gonna give Mubama a shot, give Mubama a fucking shot. Ings is not a care about player. Let Ings play in the next one. I don't know. This is fucking Lincoln City.
I do see 2 or 3 of our youth in the starting lineup, but not too many. Because
Mubama.
I don't want to ever get into that position where who was it that we was playing? Was it last year it's either FA Cup where we started a lot of our youth
last year. We did okay.
We played a lot of our youth, and then it was Wimbledon. Was it AFC Wimbledon when it was like this? And then he ended up having to like bring on the good guys, like quick.
Well, we beat him in one and we lost to him in the other one, wasn't it? Maybe it was just FA Cup is what we lost to him in.
I can't remember. But yeah,
but we beat him in one because we had to sub everybody in last minute. And we're like, all right, you go out and score.
Because that was the game Declan Rice scored like near the last minute and he just ran through everyone and scored. It's like, fuck it, I'll do it myself.
Yeah. But fuck that.
So yeah, I wouldn't mind. So I'm thinking.
Thank you, but fuck you.
I'm thinking I would start Mubama and
make him captain.
Connor Coventry.
Is he on loan? He's not on loan.
He was on the bench against Baka Tupala.
I guess I'm just used to him always being on loan constantly at all times.
And maybe start bringing Ben Johnson back in.
Yeah, give Ben Johnson some shine. Like, dude, this would be a perfect opportunity for Flynn Downs. Your dad's got to be hating this. How's he doing?
I mean, he doesn't.
How's he doing at
He doesn't
Southampton?
text me anymore for West End games.
Well,
so maybe
because he's playing for Southampton.
Depressed. So
I wanted to go check on him.
Friend.
I want you to tell me more of who you want in your lineup, though, while I look up how our boy's doing.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to. So yeah, I would go with Johnson, Mavropanos, Ogbonna, and Cresswell back four. Then in the middle, Ben Rama, because he hasn't been getting any starts. So Ben Rama, Fornals, and then the Connor Coventry in the middle with Suchek maybe, because I can't think of who else would be in the middle. Or because you don't want Edson Alvarez, he's Premier League man now. He's all the time Premier League. He's like top star. And then maybe like Ben Rama, Fornals, and Cornet with
That's fair.
With Mubama up front. That's who I'd go with.
Flynn Downs is not scored yet for Southampton.
Has he played?
Yes, he's had 5 appearances, 4 starts.
Well, good for him.
And 1 assist. So he's working his way up there.
What did you think of my lineup? Is that any changes you'd make?
No, I really agree with that one. It kind of, like they give some of the guys that we wouldn't have really gone with, like Lubama. Like I understand not starting him for your Europa League game. Like I always feel like with those games, you're like, I've never heard of this team, but how good are they? Like where were they up to? You know? And thank God we didn't lose that day, because that was the day that like all the English Premier League teams lost. And I saw somebody made a graphic like, oh yeah, English Premier League, so great in Europe. And I was like, there's like 27 EPL teams in there. Like the entire English Premier League qualified for Europe, I feel like. So yeah, some of them are gonna lose. And I was like, point out West Ham. Why is West Ham not on that score? Oh, because they didn't. They didn't fucking lose. Although they tried initially. They tried to lose.
Yeah, I was sitting in Athens and I was just like refreshing. And then it was like we were 1-0 down. I was like, oh, fuck off. Don't do this.
Yeah,
please don't.
I was in a bad mood. Then we scored real fast. Like when we decided to score, we were like, what if we scored a bunch? And we just scored enough. But got it done. I'm feeling good about this team. Like you said earlier, the losing to City and Liverpool, who are 1 and 2 at the table right now. If we had to pick losses, those would be 2 losses that I think we would be okay with. We didn't lose to Brighton again. You know, we didn't have that happen. We didn't lose to, was it Crystal Palace we played? We didn't lose to Luton, who's not last, but Chelsea. Sheffield is last. Sheffield is last when we play Sheffield. So it's like games like this. These are the games that like you want to be a Europe team every year. You got to win these games.
I'm really worried about the Sheffield United game though now.
Are you really?
Because before,
just because. Don't.
Did you watch their game against Newcastle where they just got destroyed 8-0?
Yeah, so it's going to continue because we're good.
So I was like,
oh really? They just gave up 8 goals. Do you think they're good?
Prime Barcelona. Hope not though. But no, hopefully hopefully we get a nice like 9-0 win against Lincoln and then carry on that momentum.
9-0 against
match.
Just 18-0
we just beat
combined.
Newcastle. We'll get 9-0. So suck it, Newcastle. You could only score 8.
A little bit better. Yeah, that's.
But yeah, in theory, my superstitions aside, in theory, we should be back here next week talking about 2 very victories. So far.
They have 1 point.
Yes, it's not looking good for the 3 teams that came up from the championship.
Apparently, yeah, they're all bottom 3. Shit. I mean, I would like to see Luton stay. If I just selfishly, just because like I'd like somebody we could beat next season too, to stay in the league. You never know. I feel like they're not going to spend a ton of money on the team, so that'd be cool if they stayed up, and then just that's 2 wins next season. Burnley, fuck JJ Watt for getting Burnley, man. Like, I like JJ Watt, but like you picked the wrong Claret and Blue team, so I'm fading Burnley. They'd probably stay up though, I would imagine, because they've actually started, like, I think, investing in that club. And then I don't know what Sheffield's deal is. There's no way.
That would be funny.
There's no way. How funny would it be? It wouldn't be funny because we couldn't brag about the win if they went down.
Like, Newcastle scored 8 goals in their last game. Chelsea have scored 5 all season. That's hilarious. Chelsea have played more games than they have scored goals.
I like that stat. That's a fun stat. So who I would want to go down, ideally, that would be great for me personally, if I could pick anybody at the bottom, would be Wolves, Burnley, and probably Bournemouth. Sheffield is cool because they have swords, like that. Credit where credit's due. You got swords on your logo. That's pretty sick. And they're called the Blades.
But they've only got 2 swords. So the crest of my home county, Essex County, is 3 swords on top of each other. It looks badass.
Which would also still, that is pretty badass. Because there's 3 lions, 3 blades, 3 lions, right?
Something like that, I guess.
History.
I wouldn't mind Everton going down. They keep teasing.
I would love that. I just don't think it'll happen. I feel like they're like that just so they can keep that streak. But then like next year is the year they open that stadium, which would be hilarious.
There's a sports talk host over in the UK named Jason Cundy. He used to play for Chelsea, and he jokingly said a few weeks ago that he was not going to shave until Chelsea win another game or something like that. And he was like complaining today. He was like, "Fuck, they need to win. This is getting itchy. I don't like this." Like, it's like, you're going to look like Castaway, Tom Hanks soon.
That's pretty great.
Anyway,
I want to see who's
anything else
championship right now, because like the best thing about if Everton went down is they would have to open it up that way. Whereas, like if they had gone down this year, they would have won it. Leicester is top of the table. Makes sense.
Boring.
I saw somebody they had said like there was a video of whoever they beat this week that Leicester beat. Vardy scored, but they had said something about his wife, and then he scored and he ran all the way across the pitch and like celebrated his goal in front of the people that had said shit about his wife during the game earlier. And it was like, it's pretty good. Pretty cool move. Pretty cool move. And Ipswich Town, which is Ed Sheeran's team, they could come up. Hull City's a cool team to come up. Just, it's a fun name. Sunderland, that's my favorite championship team, by the way. We're also Sunderland podcast, just because I watched that thing on Netflix and I was like, all right. It sucked that they went down twice like, how sad would you be if West Ham got relegated twice? Like, back-to-back years? Like, not only did you suck so bad in the Premier League, they kicked you out. Then, like, the next year, like, no, you're not even good enough for this league either, dude. Fuck off. Like, that would be the worst.
It's pretty bad. But, I mean, I always want new teams, interesting teams, or teams that haven't been in the Premier League for a while. So, Ipswich, Preston. Preston would be fun.
That is a fun name. But I don't like this North End. Just be like, North Preston.
Maybe there's maybe the south end of Preston's really shitty and they just want to clarify. It's like, no, we're doing the north end of Preston.
Because I always think that like just like weird sounding teams like are cool, and like Luton's weird. Brentford's kind of a weird team, not a sounding team, but Brentford's kind of a weird team. Sheffield's a weird team that you don't normally hear people talk about.
Plymouth Argyle, that's a pretty good.
That's a wild name. Sunderland just sounds like a way cooler place than it probably is.
No, yeah, you're not going to spend your vacation time going to
Sunderland, and it should be Sunderland if we're being honest. But like, okay,
it is Sunderland.
Oh, I thought it was Sunderland.
No. Oh. That would be SOON, wouldn't it? Sunderland.
Till I die in the song, so excuse me.
Do they though?
I guess in the alliteration of the song they do.
Maybe it's just their accent. Sunderland. I'm from Sunderland.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
Those wacky bastards.
It's like when you listen to Americans sing Bubbles, like we sing it a little bit differently than like the British crowd does.
How do you sing it?
I can't, now that you're saying, you put him on the spot, but it's always like there's
Do you-
like one
do you
spot
say-
like, wait, what?
Because it's got a U in it. Do you say boobles?
No. No,
I'm
we didn't
forever,
say boobles.
I'm forever blowing boobles.
If I said, and love, it's like nearly reach the sky. Like the British have a way better alliteration of it than like nearly reach the sky. It always like fucks up. That's probably the worst part of the song.
Nearly reach the sky.
No, but British people are really good at like turning like a 2-syllable word into a 1-syllable. No, Rich. No. We're like, what? No, Rich.
I haven't got time to waste. Just get all the syllables in one.
No, it
Boom.
makes sense. They sing a lot more songs than we do at games. And I
Do another
hate
sing
it.
song. Have you seen Mary
Although-
Poppins? We fucking love a sing
Yeah.
song.
That is pretty cool.
Like, even the chimney
Alright.
sweeps in England love singing songs.
They fucking love it, dude.
And they're well choreographed and everything. I don't know where they get the time. You know, supposed to be sweeping chimneys and then sleeping. And they always come home late from work, and the wife's like, "Where you been?" Working on their dance routine.
There you go.
Anyway, just listen to an old episode of PTG. Alex sings it a couple of times. Speaking of PTG, what are we going to be talking about on Pasta Gravy tomorrow?
Oh, let me pull up my little sheet. I didn't even. What am I thinking? What am I thinking? I haven't even prepped for this. I don't know. How was I supposed to know this is going to come up at the end? I'm going to talk about. I have a really good defensive idea that the Giants could benefit from based off of a Carl Banks tweet earlier. So there you go. That's a little football spin on it.
He was my favorite character from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
He was, yeah, he's great. He was great. I'm more Giants Carl Banks, but I get what you're doing. I have heard some slander about the NFL Red Zone lately. Like the Red Zone channel. People are not fans of it. And I would like to confront my friend Pat about this because I feel like he's on that bus where it's like, why would you not want to watch all the best parts of all the games? I get it, not during your team, but like Sunday, why not? Fucking Mike over here, Mystic Mike, just fucking undefeated, best team in the country, right?
Hell yeah! I knew it.
George is going down, boys. Go Cats! Go Cats!
I normally hate cats, but I'm with them because they're wild.
Not the wild ones, only wild cats. And then we are going to talk about, speaking of football again, we're going to try and figure out the Kevin James meme that's taken over the world. I love it personally because I'm a big fan of King and Queens. So it's been funny to see that.
I've seen some they've slide edited it, and I don't get that.
Well, you make it like more personalized,
I guess. But no, I like. Yeah,
you put your team jersey on it. That's kind of funny.
But
yeah, that was pretty great.
It's give me some extra things to think about while I'm on the toilet. What would be a really good thing to put for this meme?
Yeah, no, it's pretty much works with anything. Also, past the gravy. The Gravy Bowl is this week, the first ever official Gravy Bowl that we are now playing Jacksonville State. Sam Houston against Jacksonville State. We're gonna have to figure out what kind of trophy we're gonna give to the boys, but only if Sam Houston wins. We will not give it to Jacksonville State. Fuck them. So we're gonna figure that out, and all kinds of fun stuff on Past the Gravy tomorrow. What about Waffle Box? Do we have to look forward to besides learning about Greece?
Well, before I get into that idea for a trophy, you should, like those really standard generic ones you get from the trophies, like a golfer. Just get a golfer, replace the golf club with a gravy ladle.
Just do that. But like, it's like duct tape a football to it. Not a gold football. Just like, no, it's like this is half duct tape. It's like it's fine. Go to like a thrift store, buy like a serving dish, and just spray paint it gold.
And then
Like, oh fuck, there's a bowl. My bad.
Gravy bowl. Perfect. But yeah, talking about Greece, and then on Waffle Box, talking about a yoga class in the UK, which was mistaken for something else to hilarious consequences. Not going to spoil it for you. The biggest irony of all ironies from the British Museum. Going to be talking about that. And then we're talking about Expendables 4, the new movie. And then, spoiler, I'm going to be complaining about the title because they went Fast and the Furious with it. And rather than just calling it Expendables 4, they put a 4 instead of one of the A's. So it's technically expend 4 balls, which I don't like. So I'm going to be bitching about that as well. Plus the usual quiz show in the middle, feel good story, done world record, and all that good stuff. So check that at Waffle Box.
There we go.
There you go. Beautiful stuff. Until next week, hopefully my internet will improve. But for me and Alex, don't forget.
Seahorses forever.
See you.
Let's go to Peyton. He's going to break down that touchdown. Can't hear shit. Never mind.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.